Hello darlings, welcome to the channel. My name is ReettaJ and this is Higurashi when they cry. And let's go! The function of this school as an educational facility is very questionable. Our PE class is exceptionally disorganized. The only thing we do together are the warm-ups at the start. The teacher isn't even there after that. All we do is play together. I mean, that would have been really cool. Now helping it's everybody's in different age or gender. The only rule was that we have to stay on school grounds while exercising. All the little kids were gallivanting about. Well, they certainly are being active. They might be getting plenty of exercise, but the Board of Education probably completely forgot about this school. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're all together now. What shall we do today for PE? Alright, we have all our members gathered now. Now then, class representative, what shall we do for PE today? What shall we do? Mia harumphed and crossed her arms haughtily, surveying the area. Explosive power and endurance. There are no friends in the world of sports. Everyone is a rival. The only thing you can trust in is your own body. What the heck do you mean by that? You really read too much manga. I quipped to it without missing a beat. And so, we'll be taking a lesson from history. The tried and true king of all outdoor melee events. Melee events. Let's play tag. It was quite the adorable choice to make after playing it up so much. Just what I was hoping for. That Dunderhead Keiichi-san should be the first one to beat. I won't be beaten. I'll try my best too. You can't beat me. Why are you guys all so into it? The third rule of our society. You must partake in a game, enjoying it without question. Then, this counts as a club activity? Everyone smirked at each other. They all seemed pretty confident. I'm a man. Physically, I should be able to keep up with any girls my own age. Regardless, Mion and Sadako looked like they were aiming for victory, and Rena was looking at me as if pitying my disadvantage. Fine. Tag. I'm in! My yell echoed across the school grounds. These were the rules. Anyone who was able to evade being tagged before the bell was a winner. But we didn't switch to who was it. The ones who were tagged by it also became it. So the number of people who were it could increase exponentially. The end game would become a hellish siege. They call the version we're playing here zombie tag, you see? I see. Anyone infected by a zombie turns into a zombie. Why do you make it sound so scary, I wonder? As soon as I catch Rena, I'm going to tear out her entrails while she's still alive. Gross, Keiichi-kun, that's gross! Rika-chan placed her hand on Rena's head as she panicked. Don't worry, before Keiichi gobbles you down, I'll eat you up gently. Rika, that isn't comforting at all! Both Mian and I nodded deeply. Yeah, it really wasn't. So, the first it. How do you decide who's the zombie? With rock, paper, scissors? Well, it's a class time after all. Let's decide by answering questions. I'll ask the questions and the one who isn't able to answer is the zombie. I have no idea which grade level they're coming from. What does Japanese word roku mean? Huh? I was bewildered by the sudden question. Neon repeated it. So you need to answer. What's roku in English? It's 6. How about Kuchishita? Socks. Wait. What's the third last letter in the alphabet? X. What does Seibetsu mean? Of course I know what that is. Sadako cut herself before finishing the answer. I see, it's quite a lewd question. You're an adult, aren't you? Of course you know what it is, right? I certainly do. Of course I know. Then go ahead and say it. That, you know, that. Wink wink, nudge nudge. What does that mean exactly? Sadako looks like she's in trouble. How cute! Don't take her home, that's a crime. If I didn't nip it in the butt, she really might have tried to take her home. Mian's pursuit was relentless, making Sadako stammer. Now then, go ahead and say it, nice and loudly. What does that mean? I do know. That means a person, thing, idea, action, or even which has been previously indicated in context. Huh? Oh. All of us were a bit surprised by ReettaJ's unexpected answer. I see, well, it certainly is what that means. That could have been awkward. I wonder what I would have done in Sadako's position. I'd probably get ticked off and just blurted out you know what at the top of my lungs. I wouldn't want you as an enemy, Mion Sonozaki. Thank goodness you were born a girl. If you were a boy, you'd probably be a perverted asshole. I mean, girls can be that as well. It appears I have no choice. Unfortunately, I, Sadako Hojo, shall assume the role of the zombie. I shall eat everyone. Seems like she's raring to go. All I must do is count to 100, correct? Some jerks keep numbers while counting to 100, so you can start chasing after you solve this problem. Oh, Keiichi-kun, give her a simple one, okay? 1/5 of a cake, 1/6 of the cake, and 1/7 of a cake are all on a plate. Oh no! There are no common denominators! Sadako grabbed a stick in a panic and began drawing the cake and fractions to the ground. If Sadako, who can eat one cake in 60 seconds, eats all of them, how many cakes are left on the plate? Just as I finished giving the word problem, Mion shouted. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone but Sadako scattered. Keiichi-kun, that wasn't a problem at all, was it? Sadako had already lost the moment she started working it out. She's eating it all, of course, there's nothing left on the plate. Everyone dashed off in a direction they thought was best. Knowing the lay of the land, they probably headed right to the best spots. It was obvious that I was at a disadvantage. At a time like this, it would have been more effective to go along with those trained in survival skills, like Mion, for example. The fact that I didn't realize it at the start of the game probably hurt my chances. Glancing back over the school grounds, I saw Sadako just rising up to start. She was really mad. She got tripped up on such a dumb question. I stood at one of the corners of the school. I had clear sightlines in 2 directions and would probably have good response time if any zombies started closing in. For the time being, I caught my breath and focused on what I was trained to think during club activities yesterday. Now think calmly, Keiichi Maebara. If I was it, what would I do? Increasing my numbers would be the shortcut to victory. Then going after the weakest player first is the obvious plan of attack. Meaning me. Now then, where could Keiichi-san possibly be? I shan't let you escape! But of course, what would be the best method of tracking me down? Footprints. Or smell. Maybe some kind of trail. If I could craftily hide my tracks, then there would be no trail for Sadako to follow. But I was no detective. Would I even be able to do that kind of thing in an amateur game like this? Tomita Okumura, have you seen Kei-chan recently? What the heck? Do zombies hunt their prey by asking nicely where they went? Tomita-kun and Okimura-kun pointed to the location where I was hiding. After confirming she was headed in this direction, I abandoned my position. It wasn't easy to hide myself with all those little kids running around as they pleased. It was becoming more and more obvious that I was at disadvantage from not being familiar with these surroundings. If that's how it was going to be, then, to confront this intelligence-gathering zombie, I'd just counter it in a similar vein. I approached some girls playing with a ball. I'm sorry, but could you relay this message? Tell Sadako Hojo that her parents are at the gate, please. Message. Okay. I stopped the girls as they turned to run off. Wait, don't go yet! Also, take this one to Mia Sonosaki. Tell her the teacher is calling her to the gate. I'm quite a schemer, if I do say so myself. If things went well, then Satoko and Mion would run into each other at the gate. It would put me at a disadvantage if more people were it, but this was Mion we were talking about. She'd figure out a way to escape. But that was just fine, as long as it bought me more time. Haha, dance for me, Mion and Satoko. In the palm of my hand. Having my fill of playing a con man, I looked for a place to hide. If you think about it logically, I'd only bought myself a scant amount of time. And it might even come back to bite me. Once it became apparent I'd started spreading false information through messengers, I could end up being the recipient of one of those messages. Sadako would probably ask the messengers to help her look for me. That would mean there would be more zombies than participants in the game. The virus was brought about by my mischief could cause an epidemic. All my classmates would transform into zombies and would only be searching for me. This tactic might backfire horribly. While trembling at the thought of the impending dawn of the dead, I began searching for a safe house. I found a shed by the incinerator behind the school. After climbing up to the roof, I held my breath. It wasn't a bad place to hold out. Not only did I have a good line of sight, but, if necessary, I could jump off in 3 different directions to escape. It was getting rowdy down there. The lower grades were running around below the shed. My brother-san isn't around. Is he over there? No. Where's Keiichi-chan, I wonder? His dad is at the front gate. That was definitely a lie. The word gate, the same one I'd used, gave a hint of revenge. So Mian was behind it. I was still keeping one step ahead of the game. I felt bad for my underclassmen, but they'd have to search until the school bell. I do know where Keiichi-san is at. His mom suddenly got really sick. A message from my brother-san. They said his house got fire and he needs to come to the gate. A jumbo jet fell on the top of my bara residence. The police have come to question him. Anything goes now. They say he enjoys peeping into bathrooms. Huh? Is it true that he's going around every night stealing panties? Who are they talking about? I heard he wears panties on his head and smells them and stuff. No way I would do that. I heard the class press representative Mion was a victim too. What? Ah! This was your doing, Mion. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. This is Mion's battle tactic to flush me out. Just hold on. If my underclassmen thought about it logically, they would know it's all nonsense. But small kids don't think about things logically. To them, all of those things were true, so they all chuckled together while looking for me. I win, Mion. It's my victory. Wiping unrelenting tears away, I felt intoxicated by my own victory. Did you hear? I heard that the new transfer student Maebara-san is a real perverted person. The cost of beating Mion had too high a price. Someone passed below. That's Rena and Rika-chan. Rika-chan, you're still okay? I'm getting by somehow. It seems Mi-chan is it as well. Mion? It couldn't be. She'd become it because of my little strategy. This confirmed that Mion was behind this relentless message war. Then this wasn't good. We finally got away from Mi-chan, but Sadako-chan, she's... Sadako is searching around the pipe, so we should be safe here for a while. Upon hearing that, I breathed a sigh of relief. While Rena was slumped on the ground, breathing heavily, Rika-chan started creeping up to her. Rika-chan doesn't normally make noise when she walks, but it's strange. It couldn't be. Huh? Rika-chan? What is it? What is it? Huh? Don't worry. I'd never seen Rika-chan smile so creepily before. Why are you coming closer? Why? Rika-san isn't a zombie, is she? Don't be scared. I'll be sure to eat you gently. No way! Rika-chan, no! Rena was pressed against the wall and ReettaJ lurched forward with both arms out just like a zombie. Rena quaked with her back pushed up against the wall. It was quite a surreal scene of horror, like one of those zombie outbreaks videos you see. At that moment, Rena's eyes met mine. "Keiichiro, save me!" Zombie ReettaJ turned 180 degrees, exorcist style, and glared at me. "Found him! I see Kei-chan!" Mian popped out from behind the cinder block wall around the garbage dump, also seeing where I was. My position was only advantageous when there was one zombie. Being surrounded was not as good. "You said you located Keiichi-chan!" I could tell that Sadako was rushing my way. It seemed that ReettaJ had let Rena escape, and now she was baring her fangs in my direction. "Oh, come on down, Kei-chan!" The three zombies circled the shed, moaning curses. You guys are scary. Too scary. "I wonder how Kei-chan's guts taste. Kei-chan. Keiichi, I want you to become one of us. Someone please save me!" I saw Rena apologizing to me from across the schoolyard. An apology. Sorry. Leaving me for dead? Rena! I leapt off the roof out of fear, slipping as I landed. Sadako and ReettaJ jumped on top of me and, after straddling me, tentacled me all over my body. Stop! Stop! Ah! So, this means Rena is still left. There isn't much time until the bell. Damn you, Rena. How dare you leave me for dead? The feelings of a zombie. I understood how vengeful ghosts with lingering regrets felt. It's sad. So sad. But Keiichi is one of us now. I felt like I'd been bitten by a vampire and was now one of their thralls. It was a strange feeling being welcomed over to the side that had pursued me. Zombie tag is quite profound. This is no time to postulate. We must capture Rena. The principal is walking down the hall. The bell will ring soon. To devour Rena, I, who had been turned into a demon of vengeance, needed to use any means necessary. Except I wasn't just a zombie. I was the master of the night, a vampire. Using the same trick that had tightened the noose around my own neck, I used my classmates to further my evil designs. I gathered up the lower grades from around the school grounds. Everyone listen. Rena is in big trouble. All of you, please look for Rena. Is it a bigger problem than a jumbo jet crashing into your family's house? Oh yeah, it had turned into that, hadn't it? Mian whistled nonchalantly, trying to avoid the blame. Yeah, it's not even in the same league as jumbo jets. What fell on Rena's house was a space colony. A space colony? Yeah, it's a real big disaster. Everything in a 100-kilometer radius was obliterated. But that's only the prelude to this tragic tale. This is the beginning, the start of a war for independence by the propagandability of Xi'an. The lower grades were dumbfounded, their eyes like sources at the grand turn of events. What will happen? Will the Terran Federation lose? If things go on like this, they will. Only one person can defeat the Red Comet. That person is Rena Ryugu. The lower grade students all gulped. It seemed I'd made them fully understand that the fight for Earth was lost without Rena. Now scatter, comrades! We must find Rena! My comrades in the lower grades let out an enthusiastic cheer and dashed off in various directions around school grounds. There was still one person who hadn't gone. But I thought even the Terran Federation's impulse wave diffusal cannon didn't work on Comet Empire. You're close. That's the wide variety of those comments. The reason it didn't work was because they didn't know the weak point. Of course, Rena knows their weak points all too well. Ryugu-san is amazing. Satisfied with that, he also rushed off to look for Rena. It does seem like there are some promising up-and-comers amongst our youngsters. Little Kei-chan abilities. This old man knows them better now. It didn't really feel like she was complimenting me, but whatever. Really though, how exceptional, Keiichi-san. This looks quite promising. We have this many, we can win. With this many, we will win. I was thinking that Kei-chan would have been better nominee for the initial zombie. ReettaChan's words stung a bit, but I'd let it slide for now. Not even Rena would be able to escape the entire class. As a result of everyone's thorough search, Rena was finally cornered in the back of the sports equipment shed. You're all scary. Keiichi-kun too. So scary. It probably was scary being chased around by the entire student body. All the lower grades closed in on Rena, saying she was the only one who could save the world. What are you all saying? I can't control a mech. Rena, how could you leave me for dead? Are you ready to pay for it? I'm sorry about that, Keiichi-kun, but I didn't have a choice. Do not resist. Let yourself be devoured. Let's all be together. Now, Rena, say your prayers. Rena had stumbled onto a mat, trembling with tears in her eyes. I closed in. Associating with this situation with a similar, particularly immoral one made my pulse quicken just a little bit. Satoko and ReettaChan were both wiggling their fingers. They probably wanted to tickle Rena. Rena, wanting no part of what she knew was about to happen, went stiff with fear. Keiichi-kun, you wouldn't do mean things like everyone else, would you? Would you? Oh, I wonder. Now then, are you ready? Okay, so long as it's Keiichi-kun. The face she made as she resigned herself to her fate made my heart skip a beat. I believe that Keiichi-kun won't do horrible things to me. Body won't move. That had to be some sort of anti-zombie mantra. The second my sense of reason chimed in, the beast inside me died instantly. There was the bell. Game over. Yay! I did it! I survived! Yay! Rena pranced around merrily as if a curse had been broken. So the daylight broke the nick of time, and the evil zombie army disintegrated into dust. And so the heroine survived. Well, that's how it goes in the movies anyway. What are you postulating about? This is all because Keiichi-san was dawdling about. Punishment is required. I was subdued by Satoko and ReettaChan and once again sentenced to death by 100 tickles. Forgive me! Ah! Then the award for surviving goes to Rena, Ryugu, and Mio Sonosaki. Yay! Huh? Michan wasn't a zombie? Well, they pretended to be one. They say you need to deceive your allies before you can deceive the enemy, you know? Oh, Mion, you little... Yeah, hurry up and change, alright? Don't be late for the next class. Let go of me, Satoko. ReettaChan! Gah! Having had my fill of being terrified to my very core by club activities, I solemnly swore I would have Mion crying for mercy next time. After arriving home, I quickly made preparations to head out once again. I had agreed to meet with Rena to dig out Colonel Sanders out of that mountain of treasure from before. Mom, do we have work gloves? I need towels too. Aren't they in the shed out back? No, the towels are by the sink. Alright, now I was all ready. Looking at me, my mom stared quizzically. What's going on, Keiichi? Where are you headed to in that getup? If they come to dump again illegally, he'll be buried completely and it'll be impossible to dig him out. And if that happens, Rena will undoubtedly go off to the Colonel Sanders in front of the fried chicken place in town. A bit of excavating, so my classmate doesn't become a criminal. Well, don't be out too late. Mom returned to the kitchen with puzzled expression still on her face. I don't remember what kind of voice her mom or his mom had originally, probably didn't have one. So, cutting through the woods as the shortcut to the dam site, I ran into someone. Is it Tomitake? Yes, he is. He was Tomitake-san. Probably taking pictures of wild birds again with that precious camera of his. It couldn't be that all he took pictures of was handsome young man in the twilight. No, long time no see. Keiichi-kun, right? My due regards. I expelled the rude imagery from my head and greeted him without inciting anything. By the way, was that girl an acquaintance of yours? He was probably talking about Rena, guessing by the way Tomitake-san was shaken up. What was that all about? She was walking around with an axe, and she was laughing with a huge smile across her face. Yep, that was Rena, without a doubt. It was probably because she could take it home today, so she couldn't hide her excitement. I hid myself because I thought it might be dangerous. Should I call the cops to be safe? Well, it certainly would be quite a spectacle for a girl of her age to be roaming around with an axe. Tomitake-san's reaction was the epitome of logical. It's fine, just leave her be. She's just wandering around looking for more victims. Tomitake-san was alarmed by my crass response. Well, it's probably hard for normal people to understand, Rena. I'll just toss a bunch of BS out there. If you were to be killed out here, she'd probably be the one to do it. Try not to snoop too much around here. With a condescending smirk, I started off in the direction of the dam site where Rena was waiting. Before I got too far, Tomitake-san abruptly called out to me. Keiichi-kun, is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? No, I didn't mean that seriously. I did try to make it obvious, but I'll try my best to be careful. Leaving only those words behind, Tomitake-san turned around and left. I didn't really mean to call him an outsider. I wasn't really implying anything when I said that. It was only meant to be a joke, but it felt like I'd said something bad. Keiichi-kun, I was waiting for you. Let's try our best today. I understood what Tomitake-san was trying to say. Somebody gallivanting about while waving an axe around certainly would seem dangerous. You should cover the axe with something when you have it in public. It's not good to carry it around out in the open like that. Seems that I lost it, so there isn't one. Thinking about it, there really was no need to try to keep up appearances. Everyone in Hinamizawa probably already knew about Rena's eccentricities. She's probably the only person who could carry an axe around Hinamizawa and not be considered suspicious. Oh well, let's finish this today. If we bust through this last beam, we should be able to pull him out. I've got everything I need. Leave it to me. Okay. I took the axe from Rena and made my way up the unstable slope. Just wait, Colonel Sanders. Keiichi-kun will save you. Alright, get back. I'll finish this in one go. A solid thwack rang throughout Hinamizawa as if the job was being done by a lumberjack. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. How is it? Think you can do it? If it looks too hard, you don't have to strain yourself. If I can break through this, then we'll be good. I have plenty of power today. I can do it. But this adversary was more formidable than I expected. First of all, I'd never used an axe before. During the school camping trip, I had wanted to split the wood, but I lost at rock, paper, scissors and wasn't able to do it. Because the spot where I was standing was so unstable, I soon became tired. I decided to take a break. Rena had already spread out a tarp and laid down some tea and sweets. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm almost there. I'll make sure Rena can give Colonel Sanders a good night kiss tonight. Yeah, thanks. Giving Colonel Sanders a goodnight kiss? Come to think of it, Rena. You're a transfer student too, right? Where did you live before? I asked her nonchalantly while drinking tea. I had thought she'd lived here all her life. Huh? In Kanto. It wasn't as rural as it is out here, but it was still out in the countryside. Why did you move here? To Hinamizawa, I mean. You know, this is pretty far out in the boonies. Why did you move here? Does it have to do with your dad's work? Dad said he wanted to move out to a studio. He'd been saying it for a while, that somewhere deep in the mountains like this would be perfect. Studio? Is your father an artist or something? He paints scenery. Seems that twice a year he opens a gallery for the stuff he does. When he started, his works were displayed in an industry plaza in Tokyo, but now they're exhibited in Makuhari Mase? He's determined to have them displayed in the Waterfront International Exhibition Hall. That's amazing! Let me see them next time. I was too embarrassed to tell her that I didn't really know what kind of pictures my father painted. Well, eventually I would. I picked myself up while giving some vague answers. But you transferred in the middle of the semester, didn't you? Wasn't that a hassle? Not really. I was getting bored of the city anyway. I was trying to get answers from Rena, but I ended up being the one giving out all the answers. With a bit of a wry smile on my face, I grabbed the handle of the axe and headed back to worksite. The air grew colder as the sun slowly set. The Higurashi began their song as if to tell me to stop and head home for the day. Just a bit more. Today I would end it. When I first started, I chatted with Rena as I worked, but now I didn't have that luxury. Hell! You little... Damn it! I had swung the axe countless of times today, just like this. Contact. Shards of wood splintered. The assailants butchered the victim's body with hatchets and pickaxes. I recall that passage from the tabloid. One hit with something like this would smash someone's head in. Axes and pickaxes are not meant to be swung at people, ever. With one last swing, a beam cracked apart. That weight I put behind the axe not only split through the beam, but smashed the statue's shoulder as well. The arm came off with a sickening sound. It clattered down noisily, stopping at my feet. Oh! Well, what's the matter? Are you hurt? Sorry. The figure's arm. I broke it off. Oh, that's all. I thought Keiji-kun hurt himself. I probably had a really guilty look on my face. Rena said that without a hint of dismay as she smiled. We just need to tape it back on and put a coat over him. Nobody will ever notice. I see. Well, let's pull him out then. Can you get that side? Okay. Seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms, you see. I laughed dryly at how pathetic I was for considering the arm flopping down and rolling to my feet to be such a bad omen. Both Rena and Mio knew how sickening that incident was, so they pretended that they didn't know. I had looked it up all by myself, and shamefully enough, I was scared. You're pathetic, Keiichi-maebara. All right, Rena. Let's do this in one go. Ready, and... Whoa! We did it! We did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay! The right time to give 3 cheers. That moment, the 2 days of work bearing fruit. He who was brought to Hinamizawa covered in filth to meet his end. Instead, we were able to welcome him back. You're pretty lucky, Colonel Sanders. Your new master is a pretty decent person. Oh, Colonel Sanders, he really is cute. It didn't matter that he was dirty. Rena nuzzled him cheerfully with her cheek. I was dead tired, but seeing Rena's happy face made it all worth it. I'll help you carry it back. It'd be bad if it gets dark. Yeah, right. I really want to thank you, Keiichi-kun. I won't forget this. Think real hard about what you'll do to repay me, okay? Oh, I wonder what kind of repayment. Why wonder? For now, I'd just hold back my evil cackle. We were ready to take it to her house, but we couldn't go like this. We rolled the statue up in the tarp and lifted him. So, it looks like a body. And so Jack and Jill went down the hill, carrying a human-sized bag and an unsheathed axe. I prayed that we wouldn't run into Tomitaka-san. If he saw us here and took a picture, we'll need to get rid of him. Lol. Is that meant to be a warning for an outsider like me? Something struck me as odd about the words of Tomitake-san, unable to grasp my sense of humor had left behind. How was it, Kei-chan? So you went to Renaissance House? Was it amazing? It's nothing like that, right? Right? Unlike my house, the Ryogo residence wasn't newly constructed. It had been renovated from a pre-existing building. While the house itself was fine, the problem was the yard. It was crammed with rows upon rows of oddities. They were all the same as Colonel Sanders, stuff you'd see while walking around in town. The cake shop's mascot, Little Licky. The total mon in front of the pharmacy. She even had the amazing flying elephant from the top of the department store. Okay. I'll agree with you that those are cute, but why the mailbox? Won't you get in trouble for that one? But, so cute! She must have thought about it because her face filled with delight. So it's the bigger the better, just as long as it's big. And a room displays the smaller ones. I had a chance to see them before. And cute kids like ReettaJ are locked away in the basement. Yep, I'll keep anything. How cute. So she takes anything she likes back to her nest. No ill will intended. Herana, you know about the Statue of Liberty in New York, right? Is that cute? Yeah, cute. I want it. The US should probably come up with some countermeasures ASAP. If not, the Statue of Liberty will take a trip to Hinamizawa in the not-so-distant future. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Apologies. ReettaJ had returned. No fun being called to the staff room. Did you do something? How rude! Rika isn't a hoodlum like Keiji-san. Nothing like that, Keiji-kun. ReettaJ is a member of the festival committee. Festival? The school cultural festival or something? Kei-chan, I already told you. It's the village festival, the Watanagashi. Oh, come to think of it, she did say there'd be a festival at the shrine during the next break. So what's this Watanagashi thing about? Is it like a floating lantern festival? Well, I guess the last part where you set things adrift in the river is similar. Except we use cotton things like worn-out futons and padded cloaks. It's a festival expressing thanks for their years of service. The people living in Hinamizawa dumped their futons and padded cloaks in the stream. It sounds like it'd be a lot of trouble if it backed up the current. Maybe they should just drop some fish in and have a fish wrangling competition. Skewer them and sprinkle a little salt. Oh man, I could smell it already. That's just summer camp. I never anticipated how destitute Keiji-san's imaginative capabilities would actually be. What? How could you tell I was thinking about something silly? It was written all over your face. What sort of face could have expressed what I'd imagined just now? Rena demonstrated for me. I see. No argument here. It's nothing fun like that, you see, but you should still look forward to it. Let's all go together. I'll come get you that day. I don't really feel like going to festivals unless someone asks me to. I wouldn't get bored if these guys were going. You won't get bored. We're doing it again this year. Mia's proclamation came as she looked at each member in turn. What was this all about? From the way Mion looked, it was probably our club's summer tradition, the Watanagashi 4-demon firefight. That sounds awful. What kind of name is that? I think it's a cute name though. I tried to object sharply, but since Rena looked happy about it, I decided it was pointless to fight it. Since Keiichi is here this year, it becomes 5 demons. ReettaJ made a small correction in light of my presence. So how does this funky sounding club activity tie into the festival? Oh, this is where you exhibit the skills you've nurtured through your daily club activities. Exactly. We show the full extent of the abilities that the best of the best have obtained through our daily trials and tribulations. But last year the mayor got angry, so we need to make sure not to cause any problems this time. So basically, we're doing club activities while checking out the stalls. ReettaJ really is the only one who explains things so they make sense. I see, so we'll be exhibiting those busy festival grounds. Reena was right, of course that would be a reason for the mayor to get angry. but it's a lot of fun. That was the only point I did not doubt. It would be, without question, fun. The day of the festival was drawing near. Well, putting that aside for now, let's start our club activities today. Any objections? No. Our voices ran in unison. When there's lots of people, card games really are the easiest to play. This really is the most basic of the table games. Playing with the mark deck again. We'll use a new one today. There are no marks on the cards, so we're on equal footing. I wonder if that is really the case. I will have to inspect them. Well, that was just fair. To be safe, everyone check the cards. Yes, these seem to be fine. Are you all satisfied? Then, today, I guess, we'll play the president. It's a good 4 or 5 people. Another standard card game. First one to get rid of all their cards wins. The basic rules: play a better card than the one before. You can play it straights and pairs. There are various techniques that improve the game, like reversals, but because it's such a well-known game, there are lots of house rules for it as well. The name, for example. In my hometown, we called it Millionaire. I'd like to go over some details. Are the jokers wild? Can you make reversals with 3 threes? No jokers. 2 is the highest. You can reverse a reversal. You can only make reversal with 4 of the kind, not 3. Also, you know how the peasant sends good card to the president? None of that. Well, I was confirming the familiar rules. Sadako looked over at me cautiously. I probably should have tried to look like more of an amateur. I was pretty used to this game. It's president and with a new deck. Today, I might be able to win. I had a gist of the rules now, but that wasn't everything, was it? So what shall today's penalty be? About that. Why don't we all write something down on slips of paper and have the loser draw one? Oh, that seemed like it could be interesting. I'll write a nasty one and have Keiichi-san draw it. It would be awful if you wrote a bad one and drew it yourself. Just don't lose. Don't you know best? Mion handed out several slips of paper to everybody. Then, write down whatever and put it in this bag. When you lose, stick your hand inside and pick one out. Now then, what would be a good penalty? Worst case scenario, you draw that you wrote. Something too intense would be like digging your own grave. No penalty. Let's forbid that kind of idea from being written down. ReettaJ's casual suggestion caused Mion's hand to lurch suddenly to a halt. Oh, that's so sneaky, Mina-chan. She wrote no penalty and the corner of the slip is folded. I see. Just in case you lost, you grabbed the note with the folded corner and you'd be safe. That was a good idea. Diabolical as ever, Mion. ReettaJ is quite formidable too, being able to see through that. I couldn't underestimate her, even though she doesn't stand out. Everyone, don't write penalties that are too mean, okay? Nobody agreed to Rena's proposal. Everyone was ruthless. It's fine, Rena. Just don't lose. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll try so hard everyone has to pick the penalty I write. Rena was quite brutal, even though she usually appeared meek. Better not underestimate her either.
I agree with that. I'm very curious what Rena's penalty is in particular.
Everybody's penalties are scary. I still didn't know what ReettaChan's penalties would be like. Basically, you can't afford to lose this game. Everybody here ready? We all nodded determinedly. Having confirmed that, Mion dealt out the cards. Finally, the battle begins. I had a decent starting hand. Card after card was played in the middle. Not needing Mion to tell them, both ReettaChan and Sadako played their cards without hesitation. Rena and I were the only ones who paused to think. It seems that Rena genuinely couldn't make up her mind, but I was different. I was like a shark stalking its prey, just waiting for the right time to strike. Huh, will this work? Then I'll play this 3 and I'm out.
9. Nobody. 8. 7.
I'm out.
5 and 5. I'm out. Then I'll discard this last one and I'm out.
Bah, I missed my chance. The loser of the first round was, of all people, Mion, and now I was certain. Today I could win.
Now then, Mi-chan, pull out one of the slips, okay?
Mion, accepting her defeat, scrounged around inside the bag and pulled out one piece of paper. What? Who did this? Who wrote this? Mion quivered and shrieked.
What is it? What is it?
Huh? Rena was also surprised when she peeked at it. What kind of terrible thing was written on it? Pat the principal on the head. Hey, wait, how is this bad?
Keiichi-san, do you not understand? The principal is balding and ashamed of it.
Sadako yelled with a serious look on her face, but she wasn't as loud as Mion's shriek. What could it be?
The principal is a martial arts master. He boasts about traveling around the world, perfecting his skills when he was younger. He switched to teaching after seeing the poor state of education in Japan after the war.
He was inhuman. Pet that guy's head. As the club president, there is no way I can set a bad example by refusing. Phew. Oh yeah, she bellowed out a yell as she dashed off down the hallway. Wouldn't it have been easier to sneak out quietly and try to do it without making a fuss?
Probably impossible. They say he used to hunt sea slugs just by sensing their presence.
I could do nothing but wait with bated breath. Carpo! A rumble shocked the classroom.
That's the principal's aerial opener.
Jesus Christ, the principal is beating the ever-living shit out of Mion. Following the launcher with a jab-jab strong fierce combo, he's even using meter. I mean, that's gotta be illegal. From how it sounded, the principal's jumping fierce sounds like a multi-hit combo. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Nothing I could do now except stay calm. I understood why there were no delinquents at this school. After a few moments of silence, Mion slumped back to us. Berit, is that good enough? Mion said before collapsing.
She's alive at least. Now we can continue the game.
Monster. Was amazed. The person who made club activities like this could say that.
But now, the worst penalty is gone. Now, right? Right?
Rena tried to lighten the mood and was only met with Mion's malicious grin. She was serious now. I'm not holding back anymore. You'll all get yours. The pace of the game became bizarrely quick. I could tell the game had gotten more intense. Ace, 3, 4, 5, I'm out.
I'm out as well.
I'm out too.
3, I'm out now.
And the heavens chose to vanquish Rena.
Well, what kind of penalty, I wonder? What kind of penalty, I wonder?
It wasn't exactly hard for her to be worried. Just thinking of the level of difficulty of Mion's first penalty still made me quiver. And so, the penalty she drew with trembling fingers was... What the heck was this? Speak like a maid.
Huh? What's this? This one, what do I need to do?
So basically, it means that you have to use the same expressions as a maid.
How? Okay, master.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I had no idea who wrote that penalty, but she was awesome. Then, Rena, can you shuffle the cards and deal?
Yes, master.
I could just die right now. Anyway, let's continue. Right, Rena?
Yes, master.
The eagerness to which I was goading Rena into addressing me as master was downright impressive, as if I do say so myself. Yeah. I won't lose anymore. I'm out.
I shan't lose either. I'm out.
Then with that, I'm out too.
I can't believe it. Is it Rena's loss again?
Rena again. What kind of penalty would it be this time? I was delighted by the mysterious sense of anticipation. Anticipation? No, this was conviction. Remove one piece of clothing from the top and bottom halves of your body.
That's just indecent. Who could have written this?
My face reddened in anger. If I didn't yell something out, I wouldn't be able to hide my shaking. Who did write that? God, please give that man a Nobel Prize.
What would be an ignoble prize?
That would be an ignoble prize. Not good, not good. What was I thinking about was written on my face.
Me-chan.
Rena begged Mion with teary eyes, but everyone knew Mion's answer already. Nope, won't go easy on you. You lost, so take it like a man.
Understood, master. I'll undress.
I looked around thinking someone else might probably stop her. Of course, I wasn't exactly trying to stop her either. Then I heard the rustling of clothing. The sound of her skirt hitting the ground sent my heart racing.
Is this fine, master?
I looked away like a gentleman. But these club activities, you needed to be ruthless after all.
Gei-chan, whatever were you expecting? Certainly we wouldn't not have her strip if she weren't wearing her PE clothes underneath.
Sadako poked fun at me, but right now I can't hear it. Not bad, Gei-chan. This old man never even thought you would go after her like that. You got it wrong. I didn't write that one.
Master didn't write this one?
Her squirming around her PE clothes made it impossible for me to not feel anything. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Mion probably wrote that one and planned to go on after me as I panicked. You can't fall for her trap after knowing it's a trap. Clear your head, calm down and assess the situation. I was determined to think my way out of this. And then the answer was quite simple. I win! Then I became a god. Ching-ching! I, who had already entered the domain of godhood, what would dare stand in my way? It was like they were pulled to me magnetically. I was picking up aces and twos like nobody's business.
Egg! How could my luck of the draw be so bad?
Sadako lost, right? I'll draw the penalty. Speak like a little sister.
Ugh! Fine. Ani-chan! Ugh.
Yes, the pleasure of making this brat disgrace herself. Oh, this old man loses again. Mion's lost, right? I'll draw it out. Wear a girl's school swimsuit. No! That's the one I wanted Kei-chan to get. Yes. Mion's despair was like sweet honey.
Master, I lost again.
Rena lost? I'll draw it for you. Let the person in first place rest their head on your lap.
Huh? Is this outfit, Master?
Yeah. She's not wearing a skirt, so it's her bare legs. Oh, come on now. This is getting gross.
Ani-chan, you're too good.
Sadako lost again. I'll draw it. Obey the person in the first place. How about I have you give me a shoulder massage?
Fine, Ani-chan.
Come on, do it a bit harder. Don't use your nails. I had transformed into an evil dictator and couldn't be doing any better. It felt like I could control how the cards played out with my mind and even decide what suits would appear just by willing it. By the time I realized it, I had already assembled a harem. I was laughing haughtily as I rested my hand on Rena, who was now a bloomer glad maid. Satoko was wearing a collar and had taken on little sister properties. Mion was fanning me while wearing a school swimsuit.
Huh. Today's Master's overwhelming victory, isn't it? Please refrain from moving your head around so much.
I began to think, what does man have no end to his desires? How could I wish for more than this palace of dreams?
What is it, Keiichi?
I'm saddened by the thought of a man having no end to his desires. That was it. ReettaJ hadn't been in first, but she continued to escape being last.
Keiichi is quite greedy. It is said you should know when enough is enough.
I know that very well, but how to say it? I feel like I wouldn't mind if I died now.
Master, please refrain from moving your head around. Ugh! You say you wouldn't mind dying? Then that can be arranged.
ReettaJ said it in her usual calm manner, with a cheery tone. This was undoubtedly a declaration of war. Go, ReettaJ, go! Take him out!
Defeat this archdevil of perversion! I might not be able to win, but I'll beat him.
Such stoicism from this little girl who was always hidden away in Sadako's shadow. It would probably be rude not to meet her head on. I shall face you myself, little one. I saw Mion swap few cards with ReettaJ in the middle of the game, but pretended I didn't see it. Do you believe you can defeat Keiichi-sama with that, just that?
2. Ace, 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 8, 8, 8, 8, reversal.
Everybody looked over at me. I was still brimming with confidence. The four of them have allied against me. Is that it? That's it? You're making me laugh. That was good. Reversal.
Huh? How could such a thing be?
Sadako let out a shriek. You simpletons! Using up all her cards before calling the reversal left ReettaJ with no good cards. She was defeated soon after.
I lost.
Finally, you fall into my clutches. Now I'll pick one out. Oh? Wear cat ears, a bell collar, and a tail. Even the penalties were as I wished. ReettaJ hung her head and equipped the 3 holy artifacts. It's questionable as to why such things were in Mion's locker, but since I had no objections, I didn't ask. Oh, okay, that's pretty cute. Oh, this was so... Whew. It felt like I had become Rena. This was definitely cute.
Cute, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to take her home.
That wasn't me talking, that was actual Rena.
Meow.
As ReettaJ mimicked a cat, teary-eyed rings of smoke escaped from Rena's ears with audible poof.
ReettaJ must take home. Taking her home. Just for a while. I won't do anything strange. Nothing strange.
I see. I still have one trick left. Mion gasped and dropped her fist into her open palm.
If Rena must, she can take me home. After Rena-san beach, Kei-chan. She can.
They thought that Rena in cute mode would be able to defeat me. Would it be that easy? Opposing me was the same as opposing God. I'd teach them their place. How preposterous! That Rena can't defeat me. Eep! For a moment, I didn't know what was going on. The 52 cards danced and flowed freely between Rena's hands like the machinations of a master magician. Okay. In the middle of those flowing cards was Rena's ecstatic expression, her head bobbing around. Shall we? Keiichi-kun? Hurry! My whole body knew it already. I was going to lose. Now play. Nothing to play, Kei-chan. Then with this, I'm out. Everyone cheered. I was spent. Phew. I got no regrets. God, thank you for letting me dream a little.
Now then, I'll take one out. Keiichi-san's penalty. This is it.
Everybody peeked at it in unison, gazes flicking between the text and my face. All day I did. Today I did as I pleased. I'll do whatever it is. What's on there? All. Huh?
Every penalty up until now.
What the heck?
Kei-chan, should you not be speaking like a little brother?
Yes, Ani-chan.
Oh, this is quite addicting. Next, you'll have to rub my shoulders. Keiichi-kun, I don't need the lap pillow, so do the other one, okay?
Yes, master.
Keiichi-kun, that's so cute. Say it again.
Oh, please spare me, master. Rena passed out with squeal, blood spewing from her nose like a fountain. My dignity was being trampled more than communal doormat. Next is from this old man. I'm going to have you fan for me for a good long while, you know. Swoosh, swoosh. Oh, almost forgot. You need to wear this, don't you? The school swimsuit. This is for girls. Can't I wear one for boys?
It was clearly written here, wear a girl's school swimsuit, as you can see.
Sadako was like a lone shark. Actually, me trying to escape reality as fast as humanly possible was pretty adorable if I did so myself. But whose school swimsuit am I going to wear? If I were wearing one of yours, you wouldn't like it, right? This old man doesn't care about that kind of stuff at all. Think of it as a little benefit. I'm not in that shape, so I think even Kei-chan can fit into it. The executioners surrounded me, wagging their fingers. No! My first thought, it's tied around the waist. Second thought, the chest area was pretty loose. Third thought, the crotch area was... Oh!
Keiichi-kun is bending forward. Cute.
You'll be ready after you wear the cat ear spell and tail.
Kei-chan, when I look in the mirror, it's amazing, really. It's probably the best if you look. The stern, scientific, calculating nature mixed in with her fascination made me yawn very scary. I would like to respectfully decline, master.
Your ensemble is complete. If only we could send you home dressed like that. Oh.
Then, this is enough. I'll change and... While I was saying that, Mion placed her hands on my shoulders and ReettaJ slipped up behind me without a sound.
Not yet, Keiichi. There's still the first penalty left.
In this getup? ReettaJ patted my head without saying a word. Sir, excuse me! Yes, please come in. I stepped forward into the principal's office. My bell collar jingled adorably. The principal froze solid with a smile on his face as he saw me. I couldn't blame him. In this sacred place of study, specifically in his office, though I said excuse me as I entered, the sight of a person entering a school swimsuit, cat ears, a collar and a tail, and for it to be a young male student, without a doubt, any normal person's psyche would have stopped cold. But this could be explained. well, call it your uncanny valley camouflage, if you will. When humans see each other, they can only begin to act after confirming this is human. Meaning that if he could not comprehend what was in front of him, then in those moments before he could begin to fully process the situation, his mind was completely blank. That was my one and only chance for victory, my penalty, rubbing the principal's head. Principal, I challenge you. I heard what sounded like a shishing 3 times. His 3 gorge super. The principal said one thing to me. What does it mean to be a man? And in a heartbeat, boof. Yeah, the principal is beating up students in that school. That's really not okay. That tremor resounded throughout the Hinamizawan twilight. And I will leave this episode of Higurashi when they cry right here. Really weird sexual undertones in this one. I didn't really expect. I mean, not so. I mean, are they even undertones? The overtones. Tones. But yeah, I will leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, do let me know. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and ring the goddamn bell for notifications so you'll know when I upload something new. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time.